Overwatch 2's upcoming new Starwatch game mode in Season 4 will be introducing and testing PvE elements. What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and we just got another dev blog post today outlining upcoming content in Season 4 and giving us some rather interesting information regarding Lifeweaver, future heroes after Lifeweaver, this year's upcoming Pride event, and even PvE elements being tested in the upcoming Starwatch game mode. There is a ton of juicy stuff to delve into here in this latest blog post from Overwatch 2 game director Aaron Keller. And first up, let's start off with a little interesting information he reveals regarding Lifeweaver. Most of what Aaron has to say in this post regarding the new hero focuses on his life grip ability and the whole concern around the trolling aspect of it, and basically Aaron admits that yes, there is potential for trolling, but that ultimately they think it'll be a great tool for the hero and introduce some really great playmaking potential, which personally I have to agree with. There was one interesting little note he said, which is that this hero can do quite a few things that are totally new to the game. Some, like his pedal platform, we've been talking about since before the original game even shipped. This is a curious little detail. I always find it interesting whenever the devs refer to sort of like timelines of development for things, specifically things which have been in development for a long time and we simply never knew about. And evidently, when it comes to Lifeweaver, or specifically his pedal platform ability, this is something they've been sort of testing and potentially looking to add to a playable hero since long before Overwatch 1 ever even launched. I guess it's not surprising the idea of a deployable platform that just raises up and down in some sort of way isn't a particularly novel ability concept, but I do always just find it interesting when the devs are like, oh hey, you know this new mechanic that was just introduced to the game? Yeah, that's been in development sort of in the background for like 8 years. So it's just funny to hear how long pedal platform has evidently been something they've been looking to add. Moving on though, there are some other interesting details regarding upcoming heroes after Lifeweaver. Lifeweaver is the 5th hero for Overwatch 2. The following hero, slated for Season 6, will also be a support. Before Lifeweaver, there were 8 support heroes in the game, 3 less than the tank role and a lot less than our damage role. We think this gap is too large and we'd like to start correcting it. However, we don't want to abandon either of the other 2 roles. We probably won't stick to an exact formula, but we'll be shooting to release roughly 2 supports for every 1 damage and tank hero. Now this is particularly interesting, giving us a bit of a future look at the content to come. We already knew that the next hero after Lifeweaver was going to be another support, but the statement that there's going to be 2 supports for every 1 damage and tank hero definitely gives us a bit of a picture of what to expect in, well, pretty much the years to come for Overwatch 2. Since we only actually get 3 hero releases every year, we're talking about potentially years down the line that this is going to be the pattern we see. And certainly, at least for the time being, I think this is a good direction for Blizzard to go. I know I'm far from the only one who thinks the support role is horrifically underrepresented in terms of the different characters and options there are present in it. So yeah, definitely focusing on support heroes is a good idea. I'm curious to see how quickly they sort of eventually catch up to a point where they don't feel like they need to give supports this sort of favoritism. Again, we're talking about multiple years down the line, so it'll be quite a while before we reach that point, no matter how long it ends up being. But it is neat to know that Blizzard going forward, even after this next upcoming support hero in Season 6, will still be focusing on support heroes and trying to give them that extra attention, which they honestly sort of need. And now, moving on to Starwatch. We're releasing a new game mode in Season 4 called Starwatch. Players take the side of a watcher or an agent of the Infinite Empire. It's a lot of fun and takes a page out of Junkenstein's book in that it tells a story that is set outside of the Overwatch universe. Who knows, if players enjoy Starwatch, it would be great to be able to expand this story in the future. One of the things I'm most excited about with Starwatch is that it introduces some PvE elements into a PvP match. Turrets are placed for the Infinite Empire, and Doomfist will play alongside the Watchers. We've been talking about game modes like this lately, and would like to explore them more. We've done experiments like this before. The Archives missions were design and technology test beds to allow us to start creating the upcoming story missions for Overwatch 2. I'd love for us to think of Starwatch in the same way, the first step into something bigger and more ambitious that we could be doing for the future. Oh boy, oh yeah, There's a lot to talk about here with this. Simply from the premise of Starwatch, I was already a bit suspicious whether this would be another instance of them testing things behind the scene, potentially even being PvE related content. But lo and behold, Aaron Keller just outright admits it. Yes, they are to some extent testing PvE elements in this upcoming game mode. He even gave us a couple specific examples, saying that the Infinite Empire will have turrets and that the Watchers will have Doomfist playing alongside them. Now, when it comes to the turrets for the Empire, worst case scenario, I assume these are just going to be Torb turrets, basically, that are probably like pre-deployed at the start of the mission, and they can just be destroyed by the Watchers, or maybe even repaired by the Empire players in some way. Who knows, we'll have to see. But to mention that Doomfist will play alongside the Watchers is really interesting to me. What I believe is being said here is that Doomfist won't actually be playable by us human players, but rather will be an AI-controlled companion of sorts who fights alongside us. Now, what could this possibly be testing? Well, my guess, based off this information, is that this is Blizzard testing the possibility of having AI players in the upcoming PvE campaign. Based off of what we know about the PvE thus far, it looks like it's going to be following that same 4-player format that we saw with the Archives missions in Overwatch 1, but one of the big issues with Archives is that it required 4 human players. If you were someone who just wanted to play through the story of the mission, you had to have a full group of 4 people in order to experience it. Well, I think what they're testing here is the possibility of having AI control those other characters, so that if you're a single individual who has no friends, which I know, very relatable, then you can do a single player campaign mission by just having the AI take over for the other human players who otherwise would be a part of it. Now, I'm not going to fool myself into thinking that having AI teammates in a PvE campaign will ever be quite the same experience as having a group of 4 friends going through it, but still, the fact that Blizzard perhaps is looking into making it a possibility, I think is a great idea. And for all we know, these turrets and Doomfist Companion might only be part of the PvE elements we end up seeing in Starwatch. In the Season 4 roadmap blog that was previously published, it was mentioned that Starwatch may contain a few surprises. Now, who knows, this could be anything from goofy voice lines to little Easter eggs or fun, I don't know, character interactions, let's say. But what if those surprises are further PvE elements? We already know there's going to be some at this point, so who knows what else might be being tested. Oh man, there's a ton of juicy speculation I could dig into on this front, but I'll try not to go too in depth with it here. Perhaps I'll do another video in the near future talking more about Starwatch and what all it might contain. But there is one final thing that needs to be talked about in today's blog post from Aaron Keller, which is a bit more information, a very, very tiny bit more information about Overwatch 2's upcoming Pride event. Pride is coming to Overwatch this year. I'm so excited about this, and I'd like to briefly touch on why. This is an important subject for us. It's easy to get called out for talking about a fictional character's queerness without the proper setup, or to get accused of adding inclusivity for the wrong reasons. We've always thought of Overwatch as a game that portrays a bright, hopeful, and inspirational future. The world is a diverse place. We would not only like Overwatch to reflect that, but we want players to be able to see a part of themselves in our game, to have it showcase who they are. We'd like Pride to feel like it's being recognized and celebrated within our game world. Before June, we will share how we are celebrating Overwatch 2's first Pride, and we will also share the values that drive this team every day to bring our game's vision to life. Now, as I sort of alluded to before talking about this section, he doesn't really say much more about what it is, and in fact, comparing all the other content we had revealed recently with the roadmap and trailer for Season 4, I do find it a bit curious how tight-lipped Blizzard is at the moment regarding this upcoming Pride event. Now, admittedly, it is nearly 2 whole months away, not until the start of June, so perhaps they just don't want to get people too excited or share too many details too far ahead of time. I'd certainly understand that angle. But also I can't help but worry if maybe the reason they're being a bit tight-lipped is because this event is going to be really lackluster, or they're worried it's not going to be what people want it to be, or they think it's going to upset people for some reason. I don't know, it just seems sort of odd to me how much Blizzard is oh hey, we have a Pride event coming, but they aren't really saying anything about it. They aren't sharing any details. I don't know, I guess we'll see. Hopefully it ends up being a pretty neat event with some great content in it, but in the meantime, I guess we'll just just have to focus on the other extensive amount of content coming in Season 4, and I, for one, know that I am very excited for Starwatch in particular. So on that note, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the things I talked about here today by dropping a comment down below. Are you excited to see what sort of other PvE elements end up being introduced in the upcoming Starwatch mode? Or are you excited to learn more about the upcoming Pride event? Regardless, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, follow me on Twitter, hit up that bell icon, and come join my Discord server to hang out, never miss any of my future Overwatch content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.